Hi everybody, welcome to lab number 12 of GG497, Geological Visualization. This is our last lab together, well last lab on video anyway. And what I'd like you to do is treat this lab as a mock coursework, if you like. Because this is about the level of complexity in terms of geological maps that we're going to take in this first year module. And the questions and tasks that you'll be asked to do in this lab are very similar to the ones that you'll be assessed on in the coursework. Okay, so this is the Haverfordwest sheet turned on its side, and there's quite a lot going on in this Haverfordwest area. We've actually been to some of these places on fieldwork. We've been to Amroth on during the day. We went to see the cyclothem, the sequence of sandstones and coal seams. That's about here on this map. And we've been to Freshwater which is just off the edge of this map over here. So we've seen some of these rocks in the field. Now it's time to look at them on the map. The oldest rocks in our area are the Ordovician and Silurian rocks, which are these pinks and purples and greens and yellows. Now hopefully you can see that they've, in some areas it's really quite distinct. They have this symmetry in rock exposures, this sort of repetition where you can go, for example, from grey into yellow into green and then out the other side back into yellow back into grey. So these Ordovician and Silurian rocks have been folded. Okay, then as we go towards the south of the area, we move out of these folded Silurian and Ordovician rocks and into these Devonian and Carboniferous rocks. So here we're in the old red sandstone of the Devonian, then we're into the Carboniferous limestone, then we're into the Carboniferous coal measures, back into limestone, back into Devonian. So again we've got this folding of Devonian and Carboniferous rocks. Now between those rocks, those packages of Carboniferous and Devonian rocks and Ordovician and Silurian rocks, we have an angular unconformity. And you know that it's an angular unconformity because if you look closely at the margin between the Silurian and Ordovician rocks, if you try and follow some of those Silurian rocks, you see that the contacts get cut off. They stop at that unconformity. Okay, you can see a really good example if you zoom into the map here, but there's also examples where you can follow stratigraphy from the Silurian and Ordovician rocks and they just get stopped at the contact with the Carboniferous and Devonian. So we've got folds, we've got unconformable surfaces, and then we've also got areas where the contacts in our rocks have been offset because they're faulted. So for example, if we follow this bed of Carboniferous limestone, you can see that as we go down the bed it's been faulted here and again here and a few more times. So we've got all of the features that we've seen in all of the labs up until now. So what I want you to do is take some time to look at this map on the electronic copy that you've got on Student Central or through the BGS map viewer. Have a look at the questions that are based on the map itself, where we ask you things about the orientation of rocks, the sense of movements on faults, the nature of folds, etc. Interpret the geological history and draw yourself a sketch cross-section, one of the cross-sections we have without topography or a hill profile, and see how well you do. There's a model answer on Student Central But if yours isn't a million miles away from it, don't worry too much, because these things are interpreted by nature. But you know just from looking at the map that you're going to expect on your cross section a couple of folds in your Carboniferous rocks that are sitting on top of, or sitting unconformably on top of, folded Silurian and Ordovician rocks. So have a go at that, and we'll get together in a Microsoft Teams meeting in a couple of weeks, and we'll go through the coursework brief together. But treat this as you would your coursework. This is kind of the synthesis lab where we bring everything together, and this is what you can expect for your final assessment. Okay, it's been a pleasure, guys. I hope to see you again in the new academic year. You have a good time until I see you. Thanks.